want your brain. I just want your heart. Yeah, I don't want your heart. I just want your heart, 'cause I want you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching First Kill, Episode 2.
First Blood.
First Blood. First Kill, you might know it as the greatest TV show that's ever been made. I am having so much fucking fun with this stupid show.
Okay, I'm going to pinpoint the moment that he decided that. And it was when Elizabeth Mitchell walked out of the school and just stood basking in the sun in order to throw Talia off the scent.
It's so stupid. I love it so much.
Yeah.
People are going to watch this and say it's bad because it's cringy or cheesy or whatever. I argue that is what makes it amazing.
It's very fun. It's like, it's way more, I'm having way more fun than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be a little more, like, I thought I was going to lean towards the sincerity of the Vampire Diaries season 1, and it's not doing that.
It is so silly. I don't even exactly know where to start. I'm loving the mythos. Also, we're getting kind of nothing but exposition, and it's not bothering me.
It's not so bad. I clocked it where I was like, we're like, there's a lot of like, well, ever since your brother Oliver went crazy.
But if anything, I'm like, but go ahead and say her name because I need to remember.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know what her name was.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, it's really not bothering me. I don't know what it is. And so far, there's not a ton of people showing off or doing like really like amazing flashy right home things. I think that could happen. There was one that I made you rewind, and it was Eleanor when she was talking to, I think it's kind of adorable that she calls her Sweet Little.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that could really go
cute.
either way.
And also her friend Ben calls her Letty, which is a very fun nickname for Juliet, because you would imagine just Jules or Julie or something, but Letty is...
But Eleanor basically is on to her that she's lying. And because they're sisters and they tell each other everything, and they said it like 3 times in that one scene, she was like, well, let me know if you feel like, telling the truth again. And as she walked away, she just did this little kind of like... It was really funny. She's got Gracie Denzi.
Yeah,
Dizzini?
I don't know how you want to say that.
Gracie Zinni. I feel like I need to swallow the D.
Yeah.
Zinni. She's got really good teeth.
Mm-hmm.
She does like some teeth acting. We picked up where we left off with Calliope basically fleeing.
Yeah.
And for a hot minute, there was even a question as to whether Juliet had bit her.
Oh, I mean, she definitely did bite her.
But Juliet didn't have a mark.
So, okay, they did a thing, I wasn't sure either, because I thought part of it was because she actually hadn't made her first kill yet, so, like, none of her stuff was, like, working right, but apparently they are different because they are legacy vampires.
Well, and Eleanor did it, too, to the guy. She bit the guy in the bathroom. And when she was done, it healed immediately.
Did it?
Yeah. So I don't know. And we watched Juliet's chest heal kind of in real time. So I don't know if it's something they choose to do or it's a side effect of being legacy or because also kind of a la Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2, within that they have different powers.
Yeah. So Eleanor has like a thrall, which is apparently uncharted territory. They don't know anyone else that has that. Not even her twin.
Oliver.
There is a crazy brother out there, which we can't wait.
Can't wait.
And
Wyatt Natch. I hope it's Wyatt Natch.
I think he's a little too.
He's tapped out on that.
But there's also Margot's mother is coming.
Maybe.
Blythe Danner.
Don't write a check with your mouth that you can't cash with your ass.
So basically the whole family is all excited. They think Juliet has gotten her first kill or whatever. And she's like, She's
actually really even not trying all that hard. They're just going with it. Also, is it just me or is her father...
Maybe.
I feel like everyone's gay.
I think everyone should be gay.
Because even Theo and Apollo, I was like, so are you like brothers? Or are you like brothers?
Are you like boyfriends or brothers?
Well, because they even said that Theo's mother is different than Talia. that woman is so beautiful.
She's so pretty. Aubin Wise.
Holy shit. And her and Elizabeth Mitchell, I was bathing in that scene when the two of them waltzed in and Elizabeth Mitchell with the nails.
Yep.
It's so good.
More scenes for the two of them for sure.
And they're so gung ho because by the end of the episode, Talia's like, we got vampires to kill.
That's apparently why they can walk in the day too.
Yes, their legacy. They're born vampires. They're not made. It's also why just staking her didn't work.
See, I thought that also was a product of her not having actually made her first kill. So I assumed there was some sort of like vague transition that happens after you actually do your first kill.
We have to pour one out for the realest one, Ashley Stanton. I have accepted that she's gone. However, they said her name like 473 times. Especially like her whole funeral was there. Her parents came out and read her to filth. she wasn't real good at the smarts, but boy, could she talk.
But she loved coming to school.
I'm a little bit curious because we didn't really hit on this, but the reason why the Burns family is here, they were stationed here because it seems like Savannah had kind of been cleared like maybe 30 years ago, we'll go with.
Of monsters. And
there's like a hellmouth has opened. There's like a resurgence.
Well, just hellmouth.
Yeah, but the way that they're speaking, it's like a lot and many.
Yeah.
Like it's like a lot of things, supernatural things are coming out and different types in a way that the implication was that you don't tend to see that much and that many.
Yeah. Because there was someone else, a lady, I think it's this Carmen person, at the party who like made eyes at Ben when he was like standing over Ashley. And I think that it has to do with...
she's whatever happened to Ashley Stanton.
Because her liver was missing.
Yeah. So I also, to finish what I was saying, I think we could see Ashley again. Like, I think she could maybe resurrect. Although, you're right, the missing liver, I feel like if something was taken out of you...
Yeah.
It just felt like... It felt like they were maybe laying groundwork for that. There was a woman at the party.
Yeah.
Who was looking strangely. And she was not... Calliope's ex-girlfriend.
No. Who I think is named Tess.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, she had a phone conversation with her in the first episode.
Yeah.
And now her and the family, they're like part of the extended hunter.
The guild.
The guild. We're getting a lot of words, but it's not giving me that overly labored fantasy.
No. Yeah. Well, because there was like a monster called a Shambler. And I was like, that works.
It sounded right, and it also painted kind of a picture. I'm like, I can buy that. I can wrap my mind around that. The effects budget was less this week.
Yeah, I'm like, to be honest, even I feel like they somehow CG'd Juliet's phone on the floor of the pantry. It looked so flat. It was really weird.
Again, I'm coming down at pro. That's a pro in my column. It's adding to the charm. But because the Shambler, Apollo took a summoner, which
it was like
he didn't know what it was.
He just took it from the cemetery where they got the ghouls.
And it teleported the Shambler into their house through their ward. So it was very sort of, insert Kate McKinnon. What does that mean? That's kind of me watching this entire show. Yeah. Also, the police were like chasing Calliope at one point.
Well, I think they had already been called to the party because of Ashley, and then she was like fleeing the scene.
Okay.
So
I was like, they can't think she killed her, but
Juliet.
Yeah. Well, because there was also like, I'm curious what happened because it was when Ben was like walking over towards Noah, I think.
Yeah.
The like lights went out.
Yeah.
For like 5 seconds, and then that's when he tripped over Ashley. So it's like, I don't know if I'm like doing too much or overthinking, but I'm sort of like, was there like a weird like glitch or something that it was like a, I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm curious. I really like Ben. We haven't spent a ton of time with him. I cannot believe how he was going at Noah and Noah's girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Because what did he even say to her?
Well, he was talking about how he like basically was holding her as she died, and the girlfriend was like, "I thought she died at the hospital." And he goes, "I saw the light leave her eyes." Okay. It was really funny.
He basically was like, listen, hag.
Yeah. Get
to
out of here.
stepping. There were a handful of plot things that didn't fully make sense. Like Juliet got overwhelmed at the funeral, or they're called something.
A vigil.
And she started crying blood, which we were warned would happen.
Yeah. Well, she still hasn't made her first kill, so she's still having all these side effects. She's like not really losing time, but she's going all dizzy and wonky all the time.
She's sort of like, she's not being proactive enough for everything that's happening.
Yeah.
She's sort of like,
Well, I'm also, at this point, I'm like, look, I know you don't want to do it, but like, you especially don't want to kill Calliope, so like, just go find a drifter and kill a drifter.
or like, pretend or put some effort into something.
Yeah.
Like, she's just sort of like, nah, nah. And she keeps getting faint, I'm guessing because she's hungry, but only sometimes. Anyway, she got up to the funeral, crying blood. She like ran off. Calliope chased her. They had this weird chase scene with like bad and unneeded ADR.
Yeah.
We didn't need it while I was there. They went up to the roof. They got into a fight. It turns out that I guess her blood is
It's a paralytic.
Sure. I thought they said it differently, but
She says it causes paralysis.
okay, it like made Calliope's hand numb, and then she just sort of fell over. And then from there, we cut to like the next afternoon.
Yeah.
They were in trouble at
for being on the roof. It was very, you said Teen Wolf in our first chat, and this was like the most Beacon Hills bullshit. Cause I was like, I can understand also you having cameras that like lead up to the roof, but then there are no cameras on the roof, or else you would have seen them having a serious fight.
I was like, was Calliope stuck up there and they had to go get her? Or is Juliet, does she cease to exist? If they, like, did she just sort of wait until someone found her? Because she's bringing that energy a little bit.
Yeah.
I think maybe if Calliope isn't seeing her, Juliet just powers down. I don't know.
They're not looking directly at each other.
And what's her face is cute. Sarah Catherine Hook.
Yeah.
It's a thinly written character that she's bringing. I mean, she's not doing like back handsprings around the set, but she's bringing like a little bit of
she's doing something, yeah.
Well, Talia clocks Margot immediately, I would say.
But I think Margot clocks her too.
Do you think?
Yeah, because why else would she stand outside in the sun like that? She like was basically doing a sun salutation. She just was like, ah, yes.
Well, because Talia was like, you have beautiful skin. What's your secret?
Yeah.
And Margot was like, sunscreen. And so you like the implication was like, I'm on to you.
Yeah.
You must not, you're a vampire. You live in the dark. And then she just sort of walked outside and was like
soaking in the rain.
it was really great, but they have plans to get together and drink Chardonnay and or Pinot next Sunday after church. I can't wait. I have no idea what's
gonna happen.
Eleanor and was it Apollo? Yeah, had a meet cute. I really liked it, especially the whole like when she was like, "Have you ever like gotten lucky in a women's bathroom?"
Yeah, and
he was like, "No," because she had literally just done
it with another dude before. Yeah.
And he was like, "No," and she was like, "Well, maybe one day you will." Yeah. And like walked away. It was a very interesting because I was just anticipating them going, and I was like, "Oh no, I like the setup better." It I think works a little bit better. Yeah, the dad Sebastian, he had a conversation with Juliet, which is where I was getting the bulk of my like.
Well, also they like think that she brutalized this girl, like hit her in the head and took her liver, and they're worried that she's turning out like Oliver. And I'm like, and also she tried to interject a couple of times, and the dad Sebastian was like, "No, honey, let me finish," and I was like, maybe let her finish. But
it's like considering and kind of the same with the Burnses, but considering that they're a family unit, they all seem like they're going to their own party. Like they're not all attending the same gathering.
They're not on the same.
Because Sebastian was even like, he said something about like your mother, like implying that she was like a different type of vampire.
She's
or like
a breed unto herself, I think.
Yeah, and compared her to the sister. I don't know. Yeah. It was again very intrigued. What does that mean?
Also, I don't know if it changes per episode, but the first 5 credits are all women. And it's amazing.
The opening credits sequence is awful.
It's like
Do
trying.
not let it turn you
It's
off.
trying to be Sabrina. Those like animated Sabrina openings.
Yeah, but like a high school class did it.
Yeah. Because you don't even like the animated Sabrina opening.
They're okay. I think they look cheap.
Yeah.
And
But this looks even somehow cheaper than that. Like they drew it on college rule, or like not even college, like wide rule.
and the song
paper.
is weird. There are such weird songs.
Yeah.
They're like songs that sound like songs.
Well, it's almost like it's trying to be a jukebox musical as well, because so many of the songs have really on the nose
Very
lyrics
literal. And
for what's happening.
They feel like songs that are on the radio, but they're not. It's
Yeah.
really strange. And I think because like the big gun was Carrie Underwood's Before He Cheats. And you were kind of like, I feel like this is the song she was listening to when she was writing this book.
I think Victoria Schwab was listening to Before He Cheats when she wrote First Kill, and I kind of was like, because I don't believe these two teenagers who were born in like 2005.
Okay, it's a banger, and it transcends.
it's a banger.
It transcends.
Yeah.
It is one of the great equalizers.
But I feel like they were like, time for first day of school. It's Before He Cheats time. And I was just sort of like, I don't know about that.
I don't know. That was the big gun. So that
Yeah.
it and again, not shading Before He Cheats, but that sort of places you.
Yeah.
It sets the tone for where we're going to be going from there.
Yeah.
I guess Calliope did some more. It wasn't exactly training, but she like had some one-on-one time with her mom.
Yeah.
Where they broke down some situations. What was supposed to be her first kill was this like weird, the devil himself, who was like a shapeshifter or something. I have no idea.
Okay, because she's getting I guess not like a ton, but she's getting like heat from her family for like not being able to
Follow
complete
through.
her first kill. And I'm like, I'm sorry, if that were staring me in the face, I also might have choked. Like, what the
Well,
hell?
because she also just kind of was like,
Yeah.
like she just didn't really do it. I don't know. There's a lot of choices being made, and I approve of so many of them.
Yeah.
I think that's about it for this episode.
I think that was pretty close to the
No, his girlfriend's name is Philippa.
Philippa, yeah. And Apollo was getting really read the riot act by Clayton Cook, who is like a member of the guild because of the summoner. Yeah. I like Clayton Cook. He's in lots of stuff. Or Joseph D. Reitman.
He was familiar to me. Mm-hmm. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lot.
what are we waiting for?
All right. Bye.